Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're back talking about Critical Role Campaign 3 characters. This time, we're going to be talking about Taliesin Jaffe's new character, Ashton, as my girlfriend plays with the kitty back there and the pup over here as well. There are beast companions for today's episode. Oh, gosh.
This we just recently got from K Jeweler. It's the same shape dog and there's a bear.
Oh, God.
And now it's treating it like a toy. I think out of frustration over the
attention of the kitty.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys will see in the middle here, we have
gosh.
Ashton. He is a Earth what, babe? Because you're gonna be an Earth Genasi. And let's start off with the looks here, baby. Wow, right? Talisman went kind of crazy. You want to describe this one?
It's almost like Molly Mock Tea Leaf and the other version of Molly Mock. We'll say that. We'll say as that. I feel like because Talisman in Campaign 2 he didn't get to explore Molly Mock as much as he wanted.
Yeah.
And we had Caduceus, which was a little more reserved. It's kind of funny that this is, to me, feels like a little homage to the Molly Mocks, and it's like that mixed with a biker. Is that the best way I can say
you see biker. So for me, I feel like a little punk look here with the red leather straps.
With the leather and the red, usually those leather outfits are you see on bikers.
You're not wrong. But I think, honestly, for me, the most standout feature here is the hammer. A glass, like a metal with a glass gem hammer.
And the base says around it, the circular that holds the staff part to the hammer says, "Fuck off," and he'll.
The back of the shirt, what it says. Not today or something?
Not today.
Not today, which I think is really cool. Obviously, we don't have the drawing of the back right here. Obviously, we don't have a picture of the back right now, but on the show, they did mention the back says F off, and I'm sure we're going to have...
not today.
Not today. I'm sure we're going to have somebody make a costume and have cosplays of this. Is going to be super cool. So right now, I think the character design with the kraken on the shoulder, the gold filling into the broken part of the skull where you can see inside of it.
And it's Opal, which I kind of chuckle at because of Exandria Unlimited with the name Opal.
Yeah, that was very interesting to have that. And going on to the class, Barbarian, babe.
I know, which is funny because... Talisman has played a a fighter version gunslinger. Then he played a blood hunter, which I admit is a really hard class to play. I give anyone credit who can know how to play. Bless you. Know how to play the class very easy and not mix up the information.
Yeah.
Even for me trying to play and having.
Yeah, blood hunter is one of the few classes I've not went too deep into.
And it's a little confusing. And then, because of my mock leaving, playing a grave cleric.
Yeah, so a barbarian is going to be his up close and honestly probably not very much magic stuff unless he does wild magic, which we'll have to really see later on just how he's going to build out this barbarian. I'm going over the stats, which you guys know I love going over the stats for combat and roleplay effectivity and skill checks. We got to go ahead 15 on the armor class for level 3, which is fine. Maybe once he gets different types of armor, we'll see what happens there.
I'm laughing because the kid in the star is just having sneeze fits.
Yeah, you're holding in there. 35 in health, which is good for an early level barbarian. 17 strength, which is alright. Gonna bump that up, of course, being a barbarian strength-based character. 12 in intelligence, which is great for a barbarian overall. And I actually think that stats-wise, this is one of the best we've seen so far. 15 on Dex is going to be good for those Dex save against Fireball. That gives you a +2. Wisdom of 13. I wish you could bump that up a little bit because, like I said, I think always when you get charm persons, anything that you need wisdom is like for perception. Wisdom is one of the most important stats in D&D overall. So, like, you always want to have more of that. Con at a 17. Come on, Barbarian needs that con up there. Charisma is a 6. Okay, you have to have a low stat. Not the most charismatic person for persuasion, and unless he's using strength intimidation, which makes sense. But I will say, he, like, from a roleplay standpoint, he plays it very charismatic as a layback. I want money, right?
Money, which was similar to when he played Mollymok, but not in a weird, aggressive way. This is more like I want money to gamble and drink. So if those were like faults, you would say, as for a D&D character, as you always have to put in, I would say it's that. And oddly, he has this I really don't care
type of attitude.
And it's always fuck off or fuck you.
Other than when he talks to his companion, the new robot, which will get into his other character that he's aligned with. As my girl said in the past videos, if you haven't watched, just like Campaign 2, some of the characters started off with in pairs. So he does seem to care about, his companion at least somewhat.
Which is interesting and is got the weird fascination, I would say, over the companion like you would see in Caduceus from Campaign 2.
Yeah, that's definitely like his type of thing. But I think Ashton is an unbelievably great character. I think the roleplay has been fun so far.
Ashton, it's the money with the I don't give a fuck, but I actually do care about somebody to an extent, but in a weird, roundabout way.
Yeah, I think he has the blanket state of all the characters we've seen so far, where he's going to be able to adapt to most situations right now, being like the laid back, I don't care, like I gamble money. It's a very good character.
Sleep my whole day away.
Yeah, it's very good. I think as a DM myself and user DM, it's a good to have characters like that as a DM
Contrast.
And as a DM because I feel like those characters are willing to adapt to situations as stumps come on because if they're willing to do things for money as a DM, that's easy. Like, oh hey, you want to make some money, go do this. But if characters weren't willing to do stuff for DM money, it makes it hard to sometimes give them a quest or if it has to be a magical item or whatever. But yeah, I can't wait to see more of Ashton. I think the character design looks cool. I'm still going at the Mauritius Ray, still my favorite so far. I would definitely rate this as one of the top 2 for me so far.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like it is a little different, but I feel like there is, because Talisman didn't get a chance to play Mollymok completely, and from what I remember reading about, Mollymok was actually based off someone he knew that he was admired by, and I don't know if you guys realize, Taliesin Jaffe has been in the movie industry because he's had family who worked in it and stuff, and he has done some acting when he was younger, so he knows a lot more of the old school actors from the heyday time.
Well, Kitten, do you want to say bye-bye? Star? Nope, just want to walk on shoulder. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back with the rest of the characters over the next few days. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Peace.